that said, let's move on to how you can masturbate in a shower for too long, right?
Let's do this. It can get pruny, so like it's not fun.
We've all been teenage boys.
We've all been adults. My wife's gonna be gone for 2 weeks, so you know.
I'm dead.
Expert in fucking, I don't know.
Great power.
For the fifth time, it's your boy Sean.
What's up, Wikimaniacs? Back at it again with another Reddit Reading Monday. It's your boy Sean. With me today, I got John and Josh. Double J. Say what's up, y'all.
They call us JJ Watt.
Whoa. Houston hero.
Yes.
Is
I
he?
guess
on the
Cardinals?
sacks.
Arizona?
Yeah. He's a Cardinal.
Yeah,
now.
it's-
Yeah.
Dude,
I don't-
they like
I
him
don't
there,
know.
I'm sure. Oh, shout out JJ Watt, actually. He would have got a touchdown 2 weeks ago. Some guy had a bet that he would have got a touchdown, but the refs took it away. So he found out how much that guy would have won if he got the touchdown and paid him out himself.
Oh.
Wow.
Stand-up guy.
That is nice.
Love me some JJ Watt. He's a nice guy.
That's a wild precedent to set, though.
Yeah. But enough JJ Watt. I'm sure 99% of our fans do not give a shit about...
I don't really know who he is. I just knew the name.
American football? I don't know. There's probably only a subsection of our fans that like American
I thought
football.
baseball for a second. So
Holy
Well,
moly.
you would remember him from that one story we did, like the smut with the Watt brothers.
that's where I recognize his name. Fuck.
Good God.
The Watt
You're going to have to
brothers.
go back deep for that one, Wikimaniacs.
Oh yes.
That was
And
like
I
They
believe
2020.
also went in deep.
2021.
Oh, for sure.
2021.
Definitely in the first 3 months of our show.
Yeah.
Canadian football episode. If I'm not mistaken.
Holy.
Oh, that's where it was. Yeah, the CFL. Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes
Good
sense.
God.
Wow. It's all coming
Anyways.
to me.
They're all coming to each other too in
Yeah.
that story.
My God.
Forgot about that.
Well, guys, before we get into today's menu, do you guys have any... Actually, before we do house cleaning, keeping, whatever, I do need to give a proper shout out to all the people that have Venmo'd me.
Oh, yeah.
I always
Is this-
reference it and thank you guys, but I never give a name. So
Is this
I
a
want
new
to...
bit every week? Is reviews, Venmos, and comments?
I mean, I don't get Venmos every week. This is the past month, I guess,
Y'all should though.
The past month.
which is still pretty crazy.
That's pretty good.
But I want to give a shout out
Wow.
to Lauren, who wrote,
Hey.
for having the best podcast that brings me joy every week. Love all three of you. Please share with Josh and John. We'll disregard that. That's not important.
I'm shocked you read that out.
Got to give a shout out to Julia, who wrote, this was free money from Venmo. I'm just rehoming it. Love the podcast.
Oh, I think you have read that one out.
Yeah,
I've
you
read that one,
out.
but I
Shout
never
out
gave
again.
names.
Shout out again.
Oh, okay.
But now I'm giving the names with the shout out. So shout out Sasha, $10
Hey.
for John for those puns and transparency.
Wow.
$10 for Josh for being the cute, clever Canadian.
Ooh.
10 for Sean. No. Not discretionary.
Is there really such stand for Sean?
10 for Sean. Love that for me.
You know what? The greatest compliment you could give Sean is giving him $10. So
I guess, yeah, I'll take it.
holy
She said,
fuck, that's funny.
love that you used to be in a dance group. It's also hilarious that you plug your Venmo. Found you guys on TikTok. Your podcast is the only thing that gets me through my 8 to 5 workday. Thank you,
Hey.
Sasha.
That's
Thank you.
awesome.
That was funny.
On a side note, Sean, I noticed you. Is that a So Real crew jacket you're rocking?
It is so real.
Oh,
Other
okay.
Houston legends.
I love them in ABDC. So
Yeah, they do a lot for the community.
Nice.
But yeah, shout out to Azul. They just wrote, please share with the boys. We'll disregard. And then shout out to Isabel. Hi, guys. Here you go, Sean. Just because no one will give you money. Love your podcast, by the way. 5 stars.
I like
And she
the
put
pity.
in quotations, Reddit on Wiki. Just to clarify, I don't listen to Shots and Thoughts. This is strictly for...
I feel a lot of people don't know you have another podcast. So that's
Really?
funny.
I almost mention it every episode in a
that's
sly
true.
way.
That's true. That's
Never on
funny.
purpose. I don't try to get it in, but if I see an opening, I take it.
I like the pity donation where she's like, just
Yeah.
because no one else gives you money.
They're going to listen to this part of the episode and it's like, wait, 5 other people gave you money?
I want that back.
Yeah.
Yeah, send that back, actually. But thank you guys all for Venmoing me. You guys
Yes, thank
helped
you.
pay for our first meeting with our lawyer. So
Yeah.
Yes.
we have a lawyer now. We're trying to get legit. So
Business stuff.
business stuff. So thank you guys for helping us pay for that. And now to the keeping.
Housekeeping.
Yeah. Yeah.
Going off of donations, actually. So I don't think we've ever announced this on the show, but every time we release an episode on YouTube, so at like midnight on Monday, midnight on Fridays.
That's Eastern time zone?
Eastern.
So
Eastern
11
time zone, sorry.
Central.
So
9
11
Pacific,
Central on Sunday
Or-
and 11 Central on Thursday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it 10?
Whatever your midnight is at Eastern time, convert that to whatever time zone.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
are.
exactly. We do premieres of the episodes, so that means you can watch it live, premiering for the first time for the first hour with other Wikimaniacs, as well as sometimes John and I will pop in. I don't think Sean's ever popped in, but
I legit did not even know y'all did this. So that's on y'all for never
so
telling
this
me.
is an announcement for Sean.
Sean, if you're
We
awake.
fucking do this?
He is usually awake too.
Oh, that's true. You don't like
Yeah,
sleep before
No,
12.
not really.
Yeah, well, and this is before 12 for you, so you're good. But we hop in the chat sometimes and we chat with you guys and react to the stories live. So we had Buzzer Minos. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I apologize if I'm not. Very active in our chat, and they actually donated.
Is that Ringo?
It's a Ringo, yeah.
Ringo!
They actually donated $34 total over the last week with super chats.
Thank
so
you,
shout out to
Buzzer.
Buzzer for that.
Ringo's so
Yeah,
pretty.
get Ringo.
Also,
shout out.
we gotta let it be known, even though we are most popular, and we've said this a couple times, but even though we are most popular on TikTok, we don't get a dime of that. So
Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
enjoy that content, again, we have the YouTube premieres, we have Buy Me a Coffee, we have Patreon, we have my Venmo
I think at this point,
at
we've probably
SEAN,
got
SMTPOT.
TikTok like 50 million views. I've never
Oh.
actually done the math. But
I was gonna make a post about that, guys.
Oh,
We hit
shit.
41 million total views on TikTok.
okay, so
Whoa.
41 million, and we haven't seen a fucking dime.
Not a damn
God
day.
damn it. I'm
love
so
that
sorry.
for us.
Yeah, that's the price of being a Canadian content creator. No one gives a shit about you. Yeah, so I just wanted to shout out Buzzer. So they were actually the first one to be really active in the chat
That's
with me.
awesome.
And they wanted me to promote it more so that more people join in on the chat live. So if you're awake at that point, or it's daytime where you live, you can hop on our YouTube channel and watch it live with us.
Crazy news to me.
News to you, Sean. Yeah, so this is an
How
announcement
long have
for
y'all been
Sean.
doing this?
A couple months at least.
Holy shit.
And our final announcement, I think, for today is we are probably going to end Ask Reddit Wednesdays. The one came out last week, I think, and then we haven't recorded any other ones. But basically, it just wasn't, doing as well. We had a lot of good reaction from the people that listened to it, but not many people that watched it or listened to it. So we're trying to figure out something else to do because we do feel Wednesday is, empty. So this is kind of a call out. Just let us know what maybe you want to see us do on Wednesdays. We were thinking of maybe doing like a live stream because we have tons of TikToks that we could react to. We could do live stream TikTok reacts during the day on Wednesday because unemployed, like I said. So if you're at work, maybe you can just throw me on YouTube and listen to me react to TikToks that you guys tag us in. What were some of the other ideas? John floated a bunch of ideas.
I did. I floated a few ideas and let us know if this is something that y'all want. I threw one that we try to make it like the Wednesday theme as much as possible. So one of them was Wikimaniac Wednesdays. So where it's like if you have a personal story that you want us to send, it could be "Am I the asshole?" Could be relationship stories or anything. Like could be it can just be any stories that you want. We'll probably do like 1 or 2 at a time. We're gonna try to keep it as short as possible, just so y'all have some content on Wednesdays. Another one that that I suggested was a Way Back Wednesday, where we can find like super old Reddit stories that probably no one has ever talked about, like 10 some years ago. Bring that back. kind of like like a kind of like a throwback Thursday, but on a way back Wednesday.
Yeah.
I
I thought of one earlier today too, and it was Hump Day, and we just do like a fanfic.
Yeah, I actually was gonna say, if your Wednesday is missing on my OnlyFans, I have Hump Day Humps. It'll be about the same length as a YouTube short, just given my overweightness and my stamina. But I'm gonna do my best.
And then the last one that I kind of threw up is called "What Would You Do Wednesday?" It's kind of just like a more of a relationship advice type of thing. So if y'all want, we can treat it like a radio station where it's like you can hop in the comments and we'll give you advice from there. Something like that. I don't know.
You also said whatever the fuck we want Wednesdays.
Whatever the fuck we want Wednesdays is another one too.
Yeah, we could do like a mix of all of them, which maybe we'll start doing in the new year. So it might not be until then, but we'll see. Let us know your thoughts.
Yes.
I've always thought like a live call-in show would be kind of cool as well. Yeah. Like is it the advice gecko or whatever he is? Paints himself green.
Oh, I don't think I've seen that before.
Okay, well look them up after, but I think they do it live too. But I thought something similar to that would be kind of cool, where we just did like a short show where we did something like that. Not to steal their ideas, but
can use a radio voice back. Caller number 9. Go ahead.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, we could have it within our Discord or something. Yeah,
Ooh, that sounds fun.
We got some ideas, but let us know what you think we should do down in the comments, and yeah, maybe we'll just mix it up a little bit. Whatever the fuck we want Wednesdays.
Maybe we'll put a post on our subreddit where you guys can comment what you guys would like from us on Wednesday.
Yes.
Yeah.
That might be the easiest. Again, we have the Reddit, we have the Discord. Those are probably the best ways to reach us with your suggestions. Also, YouTube comments.
Yes.
A great way.
Anywhere. If you comment anywhere, we'll see it, except for Sean, because it won't have his name in it. But
I mean, definitely not TikTok. Do y'all read all the TikTok comments? No way.
Oh, no. That's too much.
Yeah, so definitely don't leave them in the
Too
TikTok
much.
comments, guys. We're not going to see it.
yeah, those are my announcements / call outs.
All right. Let's get into it then. The menu for today, almost exclusively from our subreddit. I found one by myself just because
How dare
a lot
you?
of the ones on the subreddit have been, a little bit serious. So I had to find a goofy one to mix it up because
Some more goofy ones.
Yeah.
yeah,
Some more happier ones.
I love the goofs. You guys know I love Today I Fucked Ups.
There was a meme in our subreddit that I'll look for while you read out the menu.
Oh, there's a meme?
Yeah, about them sending us sad stuff.
Oh, yes.
Continue reading the menu, and then I'll try and find it here.
Got you. Coming up first from r/True Off My Chest from Wikimaniac into folklore. My estranged family revealed that my loving, family-oriented dad was a monster.
Oh.
We have
sounds heavy.
Yeah, that's why I had to follow it up immediately by this one. From r/TIFU. Today I fucked up by masturbating way too long in the shower.
I swear I didn't write that.
Did you run out of hot water?
Shrinkage happened.
Oh, God.
Okay,
Can only
then
imagine.
from r/Off My Chest, different from True Off My Chest, apparently.
So it's a fiction then.
From Wikimaniac, Phoebe the fan. And I think this is a personal comment. I think this would have been better suited on r/Petty Revenge, but I digress. This is, I'm on the way to fuck my sister's one true love.
Juicy.
And
Jesus.
my last story from r/relationship_advice from Wikimaniac Midscore. We have.
Is that a dig on you?
Oh, wait. Holy shit. That is a dig on me. Holy fuck. I love it. I love it so much.
I like
Thank
how
you.
did
That's-
not recognize.
I didn't even recognize it. That's fucking sick. And they also have
hilarious.
mid-score. They have a mid-score and then mid-score and then a little mid-score. It's
God
so perfect. Oh my God.
Roasted.
I'm so happy. I'm not even roasted. I'm honored. I'm so fucking honored. That's awesome. They wrote, my best friend is dating my high school bully.
Oh, okay. That's not good.
Before we get in it, did you want to show us the meme?
Before we get it in.
Before we get it in.
So, user Turtles Can Fly 7, of course,
The goat.
The goat.
said, this is the guys when we send too many depressing stories. And it is, let me share my screen here.
We'll do our best to describe it if you're watching or if you're listening.
If you're listening.
Or, you could use this opportunity to just hop on the YouTube and just watch this clip out.
So it looks like a storybook mouse. And it says,
This is never give a mouse a cookie or something
that's what
like
it is.
that.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
And it's been edited for the title to say, please give a bitch a break. I work very hard. I'm trying my best. I'm so tired all the goddamn time. And they said this is when we sent the guys too many depressing stories. So
Hell yeah.
that's accurate for today, right, Sean?
Yes. Thank you guys so much for sending stories and also making memes and also making whole ass Reddit accounts with my stupid ass quotes.
That's
Imagine
fucking
they're
funny.
so
just
cool.
like, imagine they were like, no, I just made this for me.
If you just made that for you and it's a coincidence, that's awesome too. But that's
So
really fucking funny.
I wonder
And
if we
you-
actually have over 500 or it's just turtles can fly with multiple different accounts.
If you made this independently from me, I think we would be really great friends because we kind of think alike.
Yeah. You also don't know what a hyphen is.
Hyphen. I forgot honestly what it was. That's why I was saying mid-score again. That was not a bit. I was just like, yeah, it's a fucking mid-score. Respect the mid-score.
Oxford, I'm gonna need you to change it permanently.
Yeah, what
Come
the
on,
fuck?
Webster.
Spider mid-score man.
God damn it. That's funny.
Okay. Let's get into this deep one.
Oh no.
Before we get into this first story, we're just going to go ahead and give a general trigger warning. This is going to involve, can we say
Kidnapping.
without spoiling, or that's the point? Yeah, that's the point of a trigger warning. This involves kidnapping. So if that's something that you're not interested in the show notes, at least last time I checked, we do times for
Sure do.
things. Yeah. And I really dropped the ball with that, guys. Thank you, John and Josh. But yes, if that is something that you think may affect you, trigger you, you can go to the times in the show notes to skip to the next story, which is much, 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 much more lighthearted. So yes, thank you
No, no,
guys.
trigger warning for the masturbation one too.
Also, yeah, maybe a trigger warning for masturbation. Maybe you have PTSD of, one time you did it 5 times in one day and you got
That ain't
visions.
that ain't traumatic
John's
for
hand
me,
starts
my guy.
twitching when he hears the story.
But yeah, trigger warning. Feel free to skip ahead. We're not offended. We just want you to have the best listening or viewing experience possible. Thank you guys for listening / watching. We love you. We'll see you at the next story. Here we go. This is from r/true off my chest. Growing up, my friends would always say that my brother and I had the coolest parents. They were the laid back, but still very involved mom and dad type of parents. I was especially close to my dad and thought he was the best dad ever. He made a Hot Wheels dollhouse by hand for my birthday. And when I wanted to be Supergirl, my mom had hand sewed me a costume for Halloween.
Wow.
My parents are also physically affectionate couple too. And my brother and I thought it was gross when we were kids. But now I realize that being in your 40s and still in love is a miracle.
Absolutely.
My parents are immigrants. And because of that, we were never really close to their families who lived in their home country. But recently, my brother and I got in touch with some cousins on my mom's side on our own, and we got to know them. They were really awesome and super chill. My aunts and uncles and grandparents were a little stiff, but they were nice. They only wanted to hear about what us and our mom were up to and not so much my dad. So I kind of got frustrated and kept mentioning my dad. Finally, my cousin said if we don't stop talking about our dad, their parents wouldn't let them talk to us anymore.
That seems weird. Like
Yeah.
I don't know if I would pick up on that cue where I'm like, oh, I haven't met, they don't want to talk about my dad. You know what I mean? If it hasn't been said,
Yeah.
that just seems like a weird thing to pick up on. Very astute, I
realize.
guess, if that's what you picked up on. I would not have. I'd be like, oh, they just want to talk about my mom.
Which makes sense because that's your mom's side of the family anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But maybe you're just a detective and you notice shit. Who knows?
Maybe. Could be.
All right. So none of our cousins knew what was going on either or why their parents hated our dad so much. So they started asking around and digging into family stuff. I thought it was going to be something stupid like class differences or my grandparents not approving of my dad for some reason. But we found out the truth and it was a lot worse than what we had imagined. My cousins found a single short newspaper article from a digital archive about it. When my dad was young, he kidnapped a university student
What
and
the
kept her
fuck?
for a bit. He was a minor, so he didn't get named or get a real punishment or anything like that on his record. I I can't look at my dad the same way again. Or my mom, really. Why would my mom marry someone who literally kidnapped and hurt a person? My parents have noticed something off with us, but I don't even know how to bring it up. And I will say we should probably record a trigger warning.
Yeah, just before that. Yeah.
Is that one?
If you want, that's not it.
Oh, okay.
There's an update.
I was gonna say, so far, like, minor, you can grow from that. You can become a better person. Kidnapping is wild. Obviously, that's one of the craziest things you can do. Also, Ringo's stepping on my thing, so if she presses the get therapy button, it's fate.
Did the mom know?
Well, it sounds like the family knew, so probably, right?
You would expect her to know if the family knows.
Yeah.
But also, like, maybe he grew up from that and went to therapy, realized his wrongs, got better, and he sounds like a stand-up guy now. So maybe he did character development and became a better person.
I mean, maybe, I was gonna say it could be one of those instances where
Sean said it's dark though, so
I know it's one of those where rehabilitation works as a youth. So
I'm saying
you
best case scenario.
Yeah.
Best
You
case
got to
scenario.
believe in restorative justice, right? Like,
Right.
people can be fixed. Maybe they didn't commit these crimes in like the best state of mind, you know,
or influence, maybe,
or influence.
They could have been part of a wrong group.
But again, we are grasping for straws. It's hard to,
The thing is, I'm not justifying the kidnapping. That's
Right.
wrong. And it sounds like, he couldn't get punished because he was a minor. But if he took that, learned his lesson, became a better person, made amends and became a good person, then it's hard to fault him for it 30 years later kind of thing. But it is still fucked up. So that's kind of where I'm at.
So there are relevant comments from the OOP. I'm going to skip that. I'm just going to go straight to the update post.
Nice.
So, to recap what had happened, I connected with my estranged cousins from my mom's side. My aunts and uncles threatened to stop them from talking with us if I didn't stop talking about my dad. My cousins found out and told us that my dad committed a kidnapping as a minor and was sentenced to a few months in their country's equivalent of juvie. So here we are. I tried to bring it up to my dad, but I just couldn't. It would really hurt to accuse him of being this monster if he had literally done nothing wrong, because it meant that I actually thought that he was capable of doing something horrible like this. So I decided to talk to my mom. I told my mom everything, and she kind of started to justify it, saying that my dad was young and stupid and in love and was just mentally all over the place. But then she slipped up and said, quote, "He didn't hurt me," end quote. And I told her, quote, "I thought we were talking about the student that he had kidnapped," end quote. And she kind of became really quiet. She said she had to go and left the room, and then a couple hours later called me and my brother down to talk to us with my dad. My dad said he knows we know, and that it was a horrible thing for him to do, and he regrets it. And he was forgiven, but didn't say much otherwise. I asked him what happened, and my brother told me he didn't want to talk about this. And long story short, this is what went down. She was a student at a university, an hour and a half.
I'm
That
so
scared
sorry.
the fuck out of me.
I'm so
That
sorry.
scared the fuck out of me.
Go jumped on the.
Holy moly, I fucking almost pooped myself.
I'm
Sean
so
is
sorry
like,
for
"Oh
breaking
shit,
up
I'm
that-
getting
Getting
kidnapped."
haunted by myself.
Oh
Oh my God.
Ringo knows how to ruin the tension.
Yeah, make light of the situation. Yeah. Okay, so back at it. She was a student at a university an hour and a half walk away from her home, but she usually stayed in the dorms. The university had stuff like curfews for women and strict rules, and she was pretty sheltered in other ways, even though she was a legal adult. She was going home for the holidays and it was raining. My dad came up to her and struck up a conversation and offered her a ride home on his motorcycle. He was wearing his school uniform and he looked pretty harmless, so she thought it was safe, but he took her to his house instead.
Oh, Jesus.
He wouldn't let her leave, and she didn't know how to get home. My dad didn't hurt her or threaten her, but he might have done some stuff that scared her, and when the maid came, she saw an opportunity and she escaped. Then my dad was arrested, but he only got slapped with a few months of juvie, which did not affect his adult record, and that's how he was able to come to the United States. She visited him to figure out why he would do this, and then stuff happened. I kept asking my dad why he would do this, but he kept saying that he was being stupid and selfish and didn't realize that how scary it could be for her. My mom said, what's done is done, and that they got over it, and now my mom and dad are in love and happy, and that we could go to individual therapy to deal with it if we wanted. My brother said it didn't matter anymore, and he wishes we didn't know at all. But me, I can't look at my parents the same way again, and I honestly agree with my brother. I regret talking with my cousins, and I think my estranged family have a right to avoid my family for what my dad did.
I don't know if they have a right to avoid you and your
Yeah,
brother.
you shouldn't catch strays for something you didn't do.
Yeah. Well, that really muddies the water.
Yes.
I don't.
Yeah. It's
know
hard to
how
sympathize
feel
on
about it.
any. Yeah. It's hard to like, because on one side, as how we feel politically, I imagine we're all pretty much the same. We
Yeah,
believe.
go Ted Cruz. No.
No. Fuck Ted Cruz. Absolutely fuck Ted Cruz.
Of course, he would vote for the Canadian.
I'm kidding.
You know?
I'm kidding. God damn, we don't claim him.
Yeah.
No, he's yours.
Same. Texas doesn't claim it either.
Fuck.
Well, we got that in common. At least.
But yeah, I want to say that, correct me if I'm wrong, but I want to say we all believe in restorative justice, and we
Yeah.
believe, you can rehab and get therapy and like,
Which is kind of where I was going when we like ended the original story. I was like, if he became a better person, and this was based off the fact that we thought it was someone else. It wasn't the mom. But it being the mom makes it so much more
muddy.
Yeah, because it's like, is she only with him because what's the I don't want to
Stockholm
diagnose
syndrome.
anyone. The Stockholm syndrome. Is it that, or did they actually fall in love? But also, like, it's a terrible message to send to young men that if you kidnap your crush, maybe they'll fall in love with you. Like, you know what I mean? That's a terrible message to send.
It's like you hope for people to heal and become better people, but it also, like, there's a side of you that's like, it makes me upset that you have a happy ending, like a little bit. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you want, it's like a mix. Obviously, I'm happy that
Like,
he's
where was
turned
his
into a good
comeuppance?
father.
Where did he learn anything from this? Like, he kidnapped a girl, and then he ended up getting the girl he wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
There's
fucked
like
up.
a true crime episode that that I've listened to a while back, and it's like, I'm not gonna say like what case it is, or culture it is, but them saying that they were like an immigrant coming in. There's a culture that I've heard about, read about, saying that like that's kind of how they try to like court women, is by kind of just like watching them. And it's still kind of prevalent to this culture to this day.
Yeah, I don't want to disrespect culture, but
Right, but it seems like that was the situation that was going on, because he's like, was so fond of her.
right.
And it's just like you guys said, I do believe in the whole like restorative justice system. A couple months might not be enough to do that.
in juvie, couple of months in juvie.
yeah.
But
Which I
like,
get. And like, I get he was a minor at the time, so it's like you can't press the same charges. But at the same time, it's like he definitely didn't learn anything. You know what I mean?
Right.
What if it didn't work out with your mom? Would he have just kidnapped another girl and then?
yeah.
Like we don't know.
But like at the same time too, like we can't really be too presumptuous about the situation, because from on the surface, like from everything that the OP is writing down, they seem like a model family, like a type of family that seems like they have values now, and it seems like it's a loving environment. Could they have learned, or do we not know what's going on really behind closed doors? So it's
True.
It's those type of situation where it's like it's hard because we don't really know the full picture.
Yeah, I hate that story.
Yeah.
I
brought
can't
it
even
up
yell.
because
I'm
I
just semi-depressed.
I was like, this one is like a difficult one because it's not as easy as like, we could slam this one
Yeah,
person. It's
fuck
kind of like
you.
you
Yeah.
actually have to fucking,
I mean,
like,
fuck him. But
yeah, not me. I knew what you meant. I know what you meant.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was interesting because
It is-
like there's a
it is.
part of me that is like happy that, it seems like he's healed, become a better person. He's advocating for therapy, which makes me think maybe he got therapy at some point.
Right, and that's probably like the saving grace of the story. It's like, hey, don't let my sins, the sins of my past, like dictate who you guys are as people, like as children, as my children. You know, like he said, "Hey, if this will make you feel better by like seeking help, by all means do so." Like I
Yeah.
feel like a more manipulative parent who has done this will be like, "No, fuck everybody
over
else,
it.
isolate, yeah, get over it." But yeah, that's kind of like the saving grace that I can kind of hear in this story.
That's
yeah.
fair.
But
I
like
just
also
keep-
the other half of me is like, this guy's a fucking psycho, dude. Like you
Right.
fucking kidnap somebody. You're
Yeah.
insane. You can't just do that shit and get away with it and then
And
get
then
your
you
happy ending.
And then you got the
Like-
happy ending with the girl that you kidnapped. It just feels
Right.
weird to me. It's icky.
Yeah,
it's
that's
icky.
why I'm
That's,
like-
that's the best description.
Yeah, there's no full like I don't feel right saying anything about it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it
I don't
just
feel so
Yeah.
good, Mr. Stark. That's how
Yeah.
I feel.
So I'm really interested to see the Wikimaniacs reception of this. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
see how they feel. Maybe, you know, as always, we learn stuff from you guys too. So yeah, this one was a difficult one.
And if you don't want to share it in an open forum because it might open like some triggers in the past, like
Oh,
please
for
feel
sure.
free to DM us. And then since I pretty much run the socials, like I can pass it to the guys and then we can have a conversation about it and we can address it in a future episode if you guys would want.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
With that said, let's move on to how you can masturbate in a shower for too long, right?
Let's do this shit. It can get pruny, so like it's not fun.
We've all been
Jesus.
teenage boys.
We've all been adults. My wife's gonna be gone for 2 weeks, so you know.
I'm dead. The PS5 was so you don't do that, I think. John.
yeah.
Hey,
Keeps your hands busy.
hey, when
Yeah.
I'm not playing in the living room, I'm playing elsewhere.
Okay.
So,
She was like, maybe if I get him a PS5 and a new puppy,
oh
he
yeah.
won't do it.
I saw some tweet that was like, if boys say they don't let their PlayStation controller vibrate on their nuts, they're lying. And Nancy was like, is this true? And I was like, I've personally never done that.
You're
but
like, I have an Xbox, so of course it's not true.
I got both, baby. Let's go.
my
Whatever
God.
I'm feeling that day.
All right, well, let's get into it. This is from r/TIFU, probably my favorite for this show.
Yeah, it is, I
today,
It is. It's your go-to.
Yeah.
it's the go-to. It's always funny. I mean, there
great.
are sad ones, but you know, I picked the funny ones because, yeah,
Too much sad. We have too much sad. ones
yeah, too much
already.
sad already.
Give a
So
bitch a break.
Yeah, give a bitch a break. Today, I fucked up by masturbating too long in the shower. Here we go.
Okay.
So, I, 19-year-old male, live
Of course.
live in an apartment off college campus with 3 other guys. All of my
Okay.
roommates were in class, and I decided to pop in a microwave lunch before hopping in the shower. Now, living with 3 other guys and sharing a room with one, there's not a lot of privacy. I wasn't planning on doing anything, but once I got in the shower, my morning Adderall sort of kicked in, and I realized I was naked. It had been a bit, and might as well, right? So I
Check my
popped in
schedule.
my.
I got time.
I got time today. All right, so I popped in my water-resistant earphones for a more immersive experience, and also in case
I need one.
some of the roommates come back unexpectedly. But I may have gotten a bit too into it. It was an intense video.
Oh.
So what was supposed to be a quick shower turned into a 40-minute
Hey,
aggressive,
yo.
ham-fisted session of earth-shattering self-pleasuring.
I can also
My-
only imagine you're on Adderall. So the concentration.
Fucking got the Popeye forearm going on now.
My God.
Holy.
I even walked out of my shower a little bit woozy.
Oh.
I mean, you would be lightheaded from all the steam.
You can imagine my surprise to get out of my shower to find it surprisingly still steamy, but an awful smoky smell that I hadn't noticed before.
It's the headphones.
No,
I
it's
walked-
the microwave.
Oh, that's right. The microwave food.
I walked out of my bathroom to the kitchen to find my kitchen literally engulfed in giant ass fucking flames and the smoke alarm going nuts.
Oh my God.
It turns out Instead of hitting the microwave for 4 minutes, my
40?
finger slipped and added a 0, setting the microwave to 40 minutes.
I don't know if I've ever done that. That's too many zeros. Holy shit.
Hey, he was excited to beat.
I guess.
I set my entire apartment on fire. I immediately ran out and called 911, but they were already on their way, as a neighbor had called them after smelling the smoke. The firemen came down, and my entire apartment complex had to be evacuated. Lost almost all of our kitchen and our living room, and everything indoors had severe smoke damage. I wound up in the hospital for a few days due to the smoke. My roommates are so pissed. I could have died, but I'm not gonna lie, I kind of get why people like oxygen being deprived during sex.
What's that? Is that called asphyxiation or something?
Yeah.
Too long, don't read. Masturbated in the shower for too long. Wound up setting my apartment on fire.
Oh my God.
Hey, yo.
Why would you tell your roommates?
I mean, I'm sure they didn't. I'm sure he didn't explain that part. He was probably just like, oh shit, my microwave, it just blew up, dude.
That's wild. The microwave would blow up too. But
The real
crazy.
question was he only there for 40 minutes or was he there longer? Because it takes a while to find a good video sometimes. Yeah, I'll be at like
My God.
How long is that
fucking
video? Did you
number
watch the
8.
whole thing?
8th page already. Just like, I still can't find it. Goddamn. If you know, you know.
Yeah, that's gotta be the longest porn.
If you know, you know.
Jesus.
I'm fucking dead. Oh my God.
Holy. Well,
Damn.
that was
40-minute
much.
video. What
Yeah.
website is that?
What's the link, my
Send
guy?
me the
Yeah.
exact link.
Hey, yo. The Hub they shortened their videos, man. Like, your boys had
It's bad when you call it the
Jesus
hub.
Christ.
the Hub. Because I don't want to say, like, yeah.
Yeah, that's what's wrong.
Yeah. You don't want to say it, but everybody knows exactly what the fuck you're saying.
You know the vibes.
All right, moving on to the
when you get
next.
that free with the star, I was like, oh, that's a full-fledged video, baby. Let's go.
I don't even know what you're saying, but
I don't either.
And I'm not gonna lie,
I know
I've
there's
seen, like,
a subsection.
I've seen some of the best recipes in the comments.
Recipes?
Recipes for like food?
Everything. Like, they be fucking. I just go to the comment section sometimes and be like, yo, this shit is funny as hell.
I do know I think there is
That
a
should be our
subreddit
Hump
on-
Day Wednesdays. We should have John find the wildest Pornhub comments. Hump Day.
Oh,
Oh
God.
shit.
Well, I mean,
That
I
would be
research
good.
a lot of there. So.
Yeah, I mean, I'm there.
I don't want you to do the research. John.
I think I'm there more than Reddit.
Oh my!
I think there is a subreddit though called Pornhub comments, so we could
are
do
there?
that. We could do
Hell
that.
yeah.
Yeah, if that's something that you want. I mean, John's gonna find it himself. We don't need
Yeah.
the subreddit.
I mean, Wikimaniacs, if you got some,
He's probably gonna bank up on
Reddit
a.
on Wiki.
John will read
He's
his
gonna
own
bank on a
comments.
few while he's by himself in the house
Yeah.
for the next 2 weeks or so.
For the next
We're
2
not going to hear
weeks.
from him for a while.
That's why I told them, like, hey, I can only record one episode for the next 2 weeks.
I'm
Once
busy,
a day.
guys.
Jesus.
I'm busy.
Oh my god!
Fuck.
All right, moving on to the next story from r/off my chest. I'm on the way to fuck my sister's one true love.
Oh my God.
And again, I think this could be in Petty Revenge. I think it would
Is
have been
this-
better suited for Petty Revenge.
I'm about to say, is this the point of view of the sister who fucked the other sister in the kitchen?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
be.
Could be.
I hope not.
Let's get into it. Hopefully not,
Oh, let's go.
because I don't want to know the details of that. That shit was sad as fuck.
Fuck those people.
Yeah, honestly. All right, so according to my sister, this man is her one true love, but she could not have him, so she decided that she would only ever fuck around. One of the men that she chose to fuck around with was my fiance.
Oh. God
Okay.
damn.
I know her one true love. I have met him a few times. Now I know why he never wanted her. She is a piece of shit. I contacted him and told him everything. And I asked him, no, I begged him to help me hurt her back. And let me tell you,
And
he
hurt
did not
my back.
hesitate.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Josh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Got them back shots, baby. Let's go.
So he did not even hesitate. The
Damn.
only issue
My
is
guy.
that he lives 1,200 kilometers away.
Oh,
Sean, how many is that?
And shout out to our Wikimaniacs because they knew John and I would be confused. They wrote, oh, shout out to Midscore again. Midscore
Hey!
let's go.
writes, also to help John and Sean if they read this, 1,200 kilometers is 745.6 miles.
Dude, that's like
That's
a 12.
long.
That's like
That's
a
so
12-hour
far.
drive.
That's so far.
That's so far.
You're going to be
Holy
looking for
shit.
revenge in this economy?
I think you take a plane at that point.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
here we
dick
go.
appointment is insane.
So now I'm on a train on my way to him.
Close. Close.
I will send a picture of myself in his arms kissing the lips that she had dreamed about kissing for the past 7 years.
Huh?
I'm just venting. I don't want to hear
She's
that
gonna
it
be
takes two to
kissing lips.
tango, or that two wrongs don't make a right, or that I'm as shitty as she is, or that revenge won't take the hurt away. I know all of this, and I don't care. So keep your judgment to yourself. Thanks.
Nah, I'm not judging.
Yeah. There's a difference between fucking your fiance and fucking a guy that she's not with. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I don't know why they couldn't work out, but kudos for you for making that. That is petty revenge, which I
That's
love.
what I'm saying.
Oh,
This would
yeah.
have been great for petty revenge.
Yeah, it's one thing if he's like an hour away, but this is like multiple hours away and you have to take a train. So kudos to you. I will not
She
be
took-
judging you.
She took a train to get railed, baby. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Go,
Yeah.
hey, let's go.
Yeah. Come on, Sean. You got to give me some for that.
Just so
It's a
you know,
sex pun.
if you tried to drive that would be a 16 and a half hour drive.
Oh, my
I knew it was far. Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy.
My God. Respect.
Yeah. Kudos
Also, again, shout out to Midscore for that kilometers to miles
for the math.
conversion for us. We definitely needed
Thank
it.
you. Yes.
They did. They did not understand how far it was until Sean read the miles.
Truly, I did not.
Because you didn't react to the first number.
Yeah,
But you
only
reacted
Josh
to
was
the
like,
second.
God damn.
We're like,
Oh, man. Okay. Well,
oh, shit.
that's it for this time. We're going to hit an ad break and come right back for one more story and a This Day in History. And we're back. We're fucking, yeah, I could say fuck. Yeah, we're fucking back, y'all. It's, yeah,
We're
it's
in the
not
middle
too
of the
close.
episode.
Yeah. Let's go
We're
ahead
an hour
and
in almost.
Yeah, they know the vibes. So we thanked Midscore for the comment, and we got to thank them again for the last story of the day.
Conversion.
Oh,
okay. Oh,
is that
wow.
two?
All right, so this, no, just the comment. I shouted them out in the beginning when I shouted everybody out during the menu.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Right.
We
right.
had Into Folklore, Phoebe the Fan, and Midscore, and myself.
Hell yeah.
All right.
No, don't show yourself out.
Yeah, Sean Hemsworth actually is the one that is the
Sean
one that found this.
Hemsworth. Hey, make him a
Yeah.
mod, Josh, so he can post
No,
the
he'll
flare.
reject anyone that
That you
doesn't
used
have
it.
his name in it. We'll have no posts on our subreddit.
Sorry. Okay, so my 26 female best friend, 26-year-old male, is dating my high school bully, 26 female.
Okay. That's a long time ago.
Yeah, that's 8
Gotta
years.
say. What you said 26?
Yeah, so
So a couple years younger than me. So that would be
Oh, thanks.
it must be
I mean-
nice.
but like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like that's far enough away from high school where it's like I don't care about any of the squabbles I had in high school. Unless it's like, torment.
Unless it's
torment.
really bad.
Yeah.
I was gonna say some
That's
wounds
fair.
don't heal,
That's
my
fair
guy.
enough.
All right. Around the time I was 16 to 17, I was bullied by my classmate. They don't really like hide names here, so I don't know if these are their real names or not.
Just
'Cause
read
they're
the
not
first
like-
initial.
Let's call them blah blah blah. They're just straight up, bam, hit you with a name.
Some of them
So
do,
we'll say,
yeah.
yeah, we'll do E.
Okay.
I was bullied by my classmate E pretty relentlessly. I was already struggling to make friends, so I became an easy target for her to single out and make fun of. Most of my classmates distanced themselves away from me for the last 2 years of my high school experience. I was really, really miserable for much of those 2 years, to put it lightly. M was the only one who ever stood up for me in our class whenever E was actively harassing me. She eventually toned down her bullying and the frequency of it once she realized that M was serious. But it continued on with her accusing me of using and manipulating M, which prompted even more isolation from my classmates. M and his small group of friends were positively the only friends I ever had in high school, and they actually made the rest of high school bearable. They introduced me to some video games that I'd still revisit from time to time till this day, so we bonded a lot over that. They helped me take my mind off of school stress, but we kind of went our separate ways after high school. For college, Mike and I went to a university 4 hours away from our hometown.
We know his name. It's not M.
Oh, shit. Well, yep.
I've deciphered it.
Fuck it. It's on Reddit. Who are we?
Deductive reasoning,
I'm
huh?
Sherlock Holmes.
Holy fuck. Anyways, for college, Mike and I went to university 4 hours away from my hometown. And I used that as a self-journey to start fresh. And I began to make some more friends, focused on my studies, and just built up my confidence and myself. And I'm very thankful for Mike for being there for that.
Nice. Mike
There's a
sounds
lot
like
of filler
a
shit.
stand-up guy.
Yeah, agreed. There's a lot of filler, so I'm going to try and condense it a little bit.
Okay.
So essentially, part of the journey was to get over everything in my past, including the bullying, and Mike and my new friends helped me a lot in that regard. I unloaded a lot to him, and that's why he was super supportive and helped me shape myself throughout my time in college, and I am forever grateful to him for that. Around a year from finishing my degree, I decided that I'm fully content with my growth, and I made the decision to live in the state that we went to school in. I had made lots of good memories and built my confidence up, and I don't think I could go back to my hometown without feeling a little bit of the past creeping up. So when I told Mike, he told me that he was happy for me, but that it sucked. But we promised that we would keep in touch. And that's what we've been doing for the past 2-ish years. But we've been busy with our lives and it's been slowing down. But we at least catch up once a month or so. Plus, every time I visit my family, we usually hang out with our group of friends from high school.
Okay.
So on to the dilemma. A month ago, I asked Mike if we could hang out since I was going to visit some relatives in November, and he said that'd be the perfect time for some reunion type gathering with our high school gang. And I was so excited. He also mentioned that he would have a surprise for all of us and that he was going to bring over a special guest.
Oh.
Never in a million years could I guess that E would show up.
Just say
Yeah,
the name.
Ellie
Who's E?
would show up.
Ellie.
A
Ellie
million
the
years
bully.
and you couldn't have guessed it? Come on.
Yeah.
How big's the town?
How big's the town? She arrived around 30 minutes after everyone else was already gathered and were catching up and basically having a great time. Mike essentially did a little, "I gathered you all here today" speech and looked really excited and somewhat giddy. He then had Ellie come in and walk over to our table. I was stunned. I haven't seen her since high school and I haven't given her much thought since around college.
Wild way to do an entrance, by the way.
Yeah. Wild way to do this. I feel like just telling your friend that
Yeah.
you're dating her.
Just
Hey,
go,
Ellie's
yeah.
To bring
coming
her
over.
out.
I
To
have
set, gathered you all here today.
And then poof, a cloud of smoke and she
Dearly
appears
beloved.
from
Ellie. She sat down with us and Mike and her began explaining that they had been dating for the last 2 years.
Oh.
Oh, damn. Is it that secretive?
I don't know what came over me, but I honestly felt so numb for the rest of it. Eventually, Ellie noticed that I wasn't talking much, and she engaged some small talk with me. According to her, I was the last few of the people to know about their relationship. It was, Jesus Christ, I'm sorry. This is the way it was written, I promise.
I believe you, trust me. Some of them are just horrible.
They're insanely written. According to her, I was one of the last few people to know about the relationship. She said, "I'm so sorry for high school. I was fully an asshole, and I hope that we could start fresh now that we're adults." She said she'll text me later to continue our conversation, and then went on to continue enjoying the rest of the company.
Okay.
I sat there around for 20 minutes and I made an excuse to leave early. I said my goodbyes and gave my pleasantries to everybody except Mike and Ellie because my emotions were all over the place. A few hours later, Mike texted me asking if everything was okay. I did not answer him for 2 days. I did not answer him for 2 days, which made Ellie reach out to me via Instagram to see if I was okay. A few hours later, she sent a long text saying she's very sorry for how she treated me and she understands if I'd like to distance myself from her for now. She sounded genuine enough, but I don't know. I still haven't replied to her either. I have absolutely zero idea why I'm acting like this. I thought I had spent all my time healing and moving on from the past, and she does sound like she has changed and wants to build a bridge, but I could have never expected that she'd re-enter my life in this way. Dating a close friend, my best friend? Maybe if it was a more neutral situation, I'd be less confused. But honestly, this feels so embarrassing to be feeling like this and to be giving them the silent treatment, especially when I thought that I had grown up and moved on. I feel extremely childish, like I'm throwing a temper tantrum over nothing. But I honestly don't know how to engage with either of them now, and I need some outside perspective on this. Am I being crazy and overreacting?
I'll say this. You're allowed to feel how you feel because of what you went through. That being said, I think if you're really best friends with Mike and you trust him, then you should trust that he's a good judge of character and has realized like Ellie has maybe grown and changed, which you definitely do over a 10 to 8 year period. You know what I mean? So you don't have to, build a bridge if you don't want to, but if you want to maintain the friendship with Mike, I think you got to try, you know what I mean? And it doesn't have to be right away. You can maybe say, hey, Mike, I need some time to go over this. It is a dick move on how he dropped it on you. I will say that. And that
The worst possible way.
I would agree with that.
And that he did bring it up to you in the past 2 years. Pretty shitty. But then again, you said you guys were busy. Maybe you didn't happen upon that stuff. So I don't know. I'm torn because you're allowed to feel how you want to feel, but also second chances and whatnot. You know what I mean? People grow.
Yeah.
High school students are not always, not always the best people. So what they grow up and they become better.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, for the most part, I agree with Josh too. And just to expand on that a little bit, you're absolutely warranted to feel how you feel. If this person made your life miserable in like your formative years during high school, and you had to leave town just so you can, discover yourself essentially, then I could see why that would be a traumatic reemergence of that person in your life. But like Josh said, 8 to 10 years, there's a lot of growth involved in there. Maybe she had realized some of the wrongdoings that she had, and by the sounds of how the story was being depicted, she was the one that kind of extended the olive branch and apologized to her about her behavior. To me, what you can do is, I'm not gonna say accept the apology, but accept the fact that the branch has been extended, that bridge has been laid out. How you choose to walk to it, it could be slowly, but I think for both of you to heal and to keep that relationship with Mike, there's got to be some acceptance, whether it's like full blown or if it's just like
the other alternative is you never talk to either of them again. You move away.
Yeah, you're already moved away.
You essentially,
you're totally entitled to do that too if you feel the trauma is too much and that hill is too tall. We can't tell you what to do. You don't have to be friends with her. You don't have to accept that her reaching out to you. But I honestly think it would be a healing process if you ended up sitting down and talking to her and getting to know her. But again, not my trauma. I can't tell you what to do in that scenario. It's completely up to you.
Yeah, I pretty much agree with everything you guys are saying. Like, you're definitely entitled to feel however you need to feel about what had happened to you. It happened to you. That was your experience. And no one can tell you, or belittle what you felt during high school. Yeah. But like the guy said, she extended the olive branch. She apologized for what she did. She sounds like she wants to build something. And just from personal experience, I know other people who were bullied in high school during their time in high school. And their bully had reached out to them after, I think, a similar time frame. And they were like, I just want to apologize for everything I did. You know, what I did was super out of line. And like, they pretty much admitted that they were getting abused in their situation and kind of the hurt people type of vibe. So it's kind of like you, as shitty as your experience it was, and I don't want to ever belittle that, you might also think about, you know, what she was going through at that time.
Potentially.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And of course, it's hard to think about, you know, when you were getting, and honestly, my friend that was bullied, they've forgiven, but like, they're not like, I'm not trying to be friends with you. Like, you tormented me. So
That's
it's
fair.
like,
Yeah.
you know, I accept your apology, and I'm glad that you reached out, and I'm empathetic towards your situation as well, but I'm also not trying to be best friends. So I totally get either side. You know, if you are like, this is kind of unforgivable, I accept the apology, you know, but I really don't want that or need that in my life. That's totally fair. You know what I mean? But also, like Josh said, he does bring up a good point. You thought you had gotten over this through your, you know, formative college years, only to find out you didn't really. So maybe by confronting this, that could be the final step in you getting over everything. So truly, we're just giving you two sides, multiple sides of options of what you can do. But ultimately, you know you the best. If this is really fucking you up, just wipe your hands clean. You know what I mean? You moved away. You have new friends. You have a great job, it seems. So
yeah, I agree. And like,
Great.
it's hard for me because like I wasn't traumatically bullied in high school. You know what I mean? So it's hard to put myself in that shoe where it's like 10 years of trauma. So I don't know. I hope whatever you decide, it's in your best interest. So that was another hard to answer one.
yeah.
What are these gray area
I want
questions?
I want the what do you call it? I want to hear the
Interaction?
Wikimaniacs point of view. Yeah. I don't want just the, you know, as much as I love the fucking pitchforks and flames and fucking going after dudes, you know, it's nice every once in a while. Yeah, it's what pops. None of this is going to pop on TikTok. Apologies, Josh.
I wouldn't say that. Your petty revenge one might hit 1 million.
Oh,
here
that'll
soon.
hit.
Ooh,
Definitely
yes.
prove me wrong, guys. Prove me wrong that these will hit on TikTok. But that's it for the stories for today. Let's go ahead and hop into this day in history. Welcome back, Wikimaniacs, to our historical segment called This Day in History. This is a weekly series where we take a break from the wild tales that we find on Reddit to take you back in time to learn more about what happened on this day throughout history. Full disclosure, guys, going off script here. Full disclosure, this date is about yesterday, and that's only because we gave Alex the wrong date. So that's on us. But at the end of the day, still a what happened on this day throughout history, just for the day before, right? Yeah, so what happened on the day before in history? So let's jump right back into it. The date that we're learning about today is November 27th, and we're going to take this parade all the way back to 1924. When it comes to American Thanksgiving, many things come to mind. Turkey, stuffing, football, colonialism. If you're from New York or have a weird pulse on the events that happen in the Big Apple, you might also probably think about the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. But how did this iconic parade start, you may ask? Well, according to Wikipedia, in 1924, store employees marched to Macy's Herald Square, located on 34th Street, dressed in costumes. Staff members would wander down the street in or around custom-built floats with professional bands playing sweet sounds to beckon locals to come watch. Apparently, live animals were even borrowed from the Central Park Zoo to join in on the festivities. But why? What was the purpose? Well, like with most things, or all things in America, it circles back to boasting and capitalism. That's coming from me. The script just says that the parade circles back to boasting and capitalism. I'm saying pretty much our whole society, how American culture works, is based a lot in boasting and capitalism. But I digress. This isn't the time for that. back to the script. According to the history website write-up by Christopher Klein, the parade was to showcase the opening of the, quote, world's largest store, end quote, being the Macy's on 34th Street. The store had a total size of 1 million square feet of retail space. And what better time to showcase this store than American Thanksgiving weekend, when folks are starting to prep for Christmas. Speaking of Christmas, at the end of the parade, Santa Claus was reportedly welcomed into Herald Square, which, according to Wikipedia, is a major commercial intersection in the Midtown Manhattan neighborhood of New York City, formed by the intersection of Broadway, 34th Street, and 6th Avenue, also known as Avenue of the Americas. In a twist of irony, the Thanksgiving parade was more so for Christmas. In a direct quote, in spite of its timing, the parade was not actually about Thanksgiving at all, but the next major holiday on the calendar, Christmas, end quote. Macy's hoped that its Christmas parade would whet the appetites of consumers for a holiday shopping feast. Nonetheless, the parade became a staple. The parade would take place every year except for 1942 to 1944, when the parade was canceled due to World War II. As the calendar years flipped by, new aspects of the parade were added. For example, the zoo animals were swapped with character balloons, with the first being Felix the Cat in 1927. Some sources claim that the parade cost nearly $10 million to put on each year. And with inflation, those balloon prices have only raised. Have you ever been to the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade? Let us know over on our social media accounts or over on the Cultivate Discord channels. Also, thank you for tuning in to today's This Day in History segment, Wikimaniacs. The segment wouldn't have been made possible without the following resources: Wikipedia, the history website, and the complete payroll website. And also, as always, it would not be made possible without our wonderful script writer, the host of the amazing Weird Distractions podcast, Alex Underbaki. And of course, I couldn't end a This Day in History segment without giving a shout out to all of our wonderful patrons. I say this every time, and I will continue to say it every time. Thank you guys so much for helping support the show and keeping this thing going. We started out with just a couple for a few months, and then TikTok happened and it kept going, and now we're at 140 patrons, which is insane. Thank you guys so much for that. If you guys have any ideas for Patreon, things y'all want us to do over here as benefits for you guys, let us know, and we will set some new Patreon goals to give you guys more content. Thank you guys so much. We got to give a shout out to each of you individually, as we do with every This Day in History segment. So, without further ado, thank you, Casey, Jenna, It's a Thunder Poop, Tabitha, Victoria, Jordan, Jory, Elizabeth, Chelsea, Leslie, Alan. Wow. Shout out to John's original co-host, Patrick. Thank you, man. Ali, June, D, Maurice, Nate, Casey, Lanny, Chi, Indira, Alexandra, Iona, Karen, Alyssa, Rebecca, Brittany, Shifty Sphinx, Siddhartha, Lillian, Sunnylicious Supreme, Majorie, Alyssa, Carol, Jennifer, Sherry, Julia, Tegan, Linnea, Witty Metaphor, Sarah, Karina, Hugh, Evelyn, Christine, Pixel Momiji, Kite, Velvet Mole, Caitlin, Kelsey, Andrea, another, oh my God, we just got a patron while I was giving the shout out, so I gotta give Nikita, thank you so much. That's crazy that happened while I was recording this, but yeah, thank you, Nikita. Jillian, Aaron, Kawina, Renee, Apolline, Rhonda, Stephanie, Rhiannon, Christine, Juice Machine, Kate, Carolyn, Rihanna, Maria, Elena, Neen, Amanda, Shirtless Josh Dan, we love that. Jacqueline, Michelle, Allie, Ashley, Cecily, Haley, Brittany, Little Rossi, Aurori, Saskia, Andy, Sky, Lusalini, Amber, Reed, Noah, Itzel, Nelly, Ashley, Sasha, Zenthalo, Alex, Caitlin, Casey, Ringo, Paula, Dan, Rochelle, Carrie Berry, Loaf D'Andy, Ekaterina, Jen, Elizabeth, Corey, Carter, Amber, Dominique, Marine, Chantel, Tiffany, Risa, Kieran, Drella, your girl Diana, Catherine, Diana, Lena, Nia, Jen, Crystal, Danielle, Michelle, Alexis, Jasmine, Miss Doolittle Crew, Marianne, Sarah P, Free Gnomes, Susan, Phantom Fox 98, Dan, A Spooky Tales, Blue Reina, Katie, Ilyana, Micah, Valentina, Alex, Taru, Aaron, Gabby, Lindsay, and Vina. Oh, thank you guys so much. Insane to have your support every month. It means the world. It really helps us keep things going. And yeah, as always, if I pronounced your name wrong, hit me up. Let me know. I want to know if I did it wrong because I want to pronounce it correctly. You can let me know in the comments on Patreon. Also, as you can tell, many people have taken advantage of making wacky names because we have to read them. So by all means, I encourage them. They make me laugh. If you have a funny name, go ahead, put it down. I think John and I are obligated to read everything written, of course, unless it's like wildly inappropriate. But again, we're a show that reads smut, so what is wildly inappropriate? So yeah, thank you guys so much. Love you guys. Let's get back to the end of the show. And that's it for this day in history. I already gave all my thanks, but thank you again to Alex for writing that and all the patrons for being awesome patrons. Yeah, that's it for today. If you want to find more, Reddit on Wiki, all the show notes or all the links are in the show notes below.
All the show notes are in the links.
All the show notes are in the links below.
And all the links are in the show notes.
You love to see it and hear it and whatever.
Let's make them nervous.
Thank you guys I'm already there. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I appreciate you guys. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving in America, or I hope you snagged some deals on Black Friday or Cyber Sunday if you're, Cyber Monday, right?
Cyber Monday.
Cyber
Sunday
Monday.
is a pay-per-view.
That was the WWE pay-per-view in the mid-2000s. That has nothing to do with what I'm saying.
Wow.
Disregard. The nerves are in. Okay, bye, guys. Love you guys. Hope you had a great weekend. See you on Friday or Wednesday. No.
No.
Wednesdays are over, guys.
that.
We
Friday.
talked about
God
it. We
damn it.
talked about
There
it.
are no more Wednesdays. Tuesday straight to Thursday. We skip it.
But go to our subreddit and tell us what you want to hear on Wednesdays.
Yes.
So
Oh, yeah.
next year, we can come back on Wednesdays.
Wow, great call out,
All right.
Sean.
Love
Come
to see
back
that.
Wednesdays.
Come.
That reminds me of Parks and Rec. I believe she did get come on her back. Okay, sorry guys. Bye. Love you.
Bye.
Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Bye.
Bye.
Expert in fucking, I don't know.
Great power.
For the fifth time, it's your boy Sean.